All right. Hey, how you doing? This is Eric from Amp Live, the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Make sure we got everything all lined out here. This is good. The mic's good. The video's good. The rock and roll is getting ready to roll. Hope you're doing well out there. Keeping it positive with a positive attitude for Thursday Deals Day. And always here to rock and roll with you. Always fired up on a Thursday because it's a sales day. What is that? Is that church? Okay. Now that's some rock and roll. That's a heavy metal rock and roll band with a little bit of chime here and there, and that's pretty cool. It's I'm not going to mention it because it might get hit somewhere on here or whatever. Some of the stuff I play is original stuff. Some is from other bands, and friends and family have music. I think I was cranking up my cousin's tunes. I don't know, a couple of months ago, or it might have been last year, probably. I don't know. During Christmas time, or maybe even New Year's in January or February. I can't remember. But we come out here a lot. It's Thursday for Thursday Deals Day. I'm fired up. I'm going to make sure we got everything lined out here. The lights are going. All right. The mic is going. Everything else is going. What do we got? Okay, cool. I was on here a little bit earlier. There's this stuff that's rolling, right, for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. I'm happy. I'm excited about it. You should be excited for it as well. I'm probably thinking, well, why should I be excited about it, right? Because one, at the price point is awesome. It's a $12,000 program going for like $147. Is that even real? Is that true? Or is it just some hype? No, it's the real deal because we're only doing it for the first 50. And I believe at midnight, it's going to $1,997. And that's it. And it's going to go from there. And then next 50, it's going to go back. And then it's going to go back to the regular price, right, of the 12K. So, and then the one-on-one mentoring program is 50% off for, I believe, this quarter or this second quarter. After that, it doubles and goes up to the price of what it is now times 2. 50%. Do the math. Let me get my toes up. Let me take my shoes off and start counting. I'm just kidding. All right, but it's been a wonderful, beautiful day. There's a QR code that you can scan right there for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Thank you for the peeps that have been coming aboard. We're getting you lined out and working out the kinks, making sure if you can log in and all that good stuff for the program. We'll be going, the onboarding process is going through, so everything should be okay, right? We're kind of testing stuff and everything, so you should be able to log in, get in there. The vault is still adding stuff to the vault. There's a vault, and then there's an upgrade vault, right, with contracts, agreements, everything that you're going to need to help you get your first deal, second deal, and continue moving forward to build some volume. And I believe, so say thank you for the people who have been signing up. Monday, everything should be official. Should be able to do your thing, log in, start rocking and rolling inside there, moving forward. We'll have our first official group call on Friday, I believe. That's May 5th. Don't quote me on that. Let me take a look. Make sure what that is. It's going to be, come on now. Friday, May 8th. Okay, so that's May 8th. On May 4th, we'll be, should have everything. Everything should be all worked out and should be able to get in there and go through the program, through the different modules. If you have questions, you can hit us up, and then it's going to take you to, once you sign up, it's going to, you'll have a link and you can go create yourself a school account because that's where the community is going to be. So we're building everything on the platform here. Obviously, once you take care of the entry fee for the program, right, because it's only $147 until midnight, then it's going to go to $1,997. And even then, that's a drop in a bucket for what we're delivering and what we're going to do because it is a coaching program. It's a live coaching program. And the founders are hitting the first 50, so we're going to obviously rock and roll, get them up and running. And then as we keep on continuing to move forward, that's the goal. It's just to help you get your first deal, second deal, third deal, help you get into the wholesale remits. So, from if you're bird dogging or wholesaling and you're spinning wheels or whatever, it'll be wholesale. We're going to be teaching the lease option stuff, and subject to, which all ties into creative real estate investing. Those are the 3 main things. And of course, in between there, right, you got lease options and leases and things of that nature, whether you're wanting to buy your first house for your family, or maybe it's your second or third, or maybe you bought some houses and stuff happens, right, and crazy stuff. And then you're like rebuilding. A lot of that has been happening as well from talking with people. And the new youngsters, guys and gals going, I want to get into this business, but they're just not sure which way to go. Too many TikTok videos, too many YouTube videos, no direction, no structure, no nothing, and just trying to wild west it. I get it, right? But I do commend you if that's you for at least trying and doing some research and trying to get into it and trying to take some action, right? Get it. Try to take some action, make some phone calls and see what happens. It's just a good way to get acclimated in, but it feels even better, right? It feels tremendously better when you have a mentor or coach working with you, or at least you have some structure and some guidance so you can eventually get your, no pun intended, aha moments, right? And aha is AHA, Americans Helping Americans, but also aha, I get it, I understand. So I'm going to put this up here because right now if you're invited, and you should have been invited for the Facebook groups. So our private Facebook groups, let's share real estate investment deals together. And then there's a creative real estate investment group. And then other ones like meetup ones, little ones here and there. They're ones that we created. So there'll be a link in there specifically if you want to share your deals. So share your deal, leave with capital structure clarity today. That is my goal for you. But you got to show up. You don't show up to the party, nothing's going to happen. As I always say you can have excuses or results. You can't have both, but they do take action. You got to move forward and make stuff happen. I got these spectacles on, so I'm going to put them over here for a second, and then I put my mug up here. This way you can see my eyes, right? And that's always the thing here for me. It's always about, I remember I was in management a long time ago, but first and foremost, like, love, and share. Appreciate it. Scan that QR code right there. Lock in your spot before midnight, because then it's going to be gone. Then when it's gone, it's going to go to what it needs to go for. Even then, at 1997, it's like, compared to what you're going to get and what we're going to be doing with live calls and helping you structure deals, deal analysis, all that good stuff. I'll put up that crazy marketing, which was cool. I like it. It's real busy, but hey, it's an advertisement. And it's for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Sweden teams kind of been rolling stuff out and making sure that everything's it's working, and that you can go in there. I know it's live, so people are signing up. I appreciate you. Thank you for entrusting us with your real estate endeavors. Our goal is to help you tremendously. Trust me. And we're going to show up, especially for the founders. We're going to be there for you because I want you to be successful. I want you to be successful because if you're successful, we're successful. Program's successful. Even though the one-on-one mentoring program is successful, we know it works 100%. It's battle tested at the end of the day. But this is the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. A little bit different. It's a 6-week program, right? But you can scan that right there and lock in your spot. Drop in a bucket. Like I said, it's for the price of dinner at McDonald's. I believe you can get involved in some creative real estate investing, because we're going to help you with that. Your first deal might be a wholesale deal, might be a creative deal, might be a lease option, might be a fix and freaking flip. You're going, what? How's that possible? I don't know how to do a fix and flip. Well, we do. So we'll be working with you, whether it's a sub-2 deal, buy and hold. We're going to talk a little bit about everything that's creative real estate investing, but we're going to focus on the wholesale. We're going to focus on the lease options, and we're going to focus on sub-2. All right. And there's been some obviously tools that we're dropping in there and redesigning and making it easier for you and the mentees across the United States of America to be able to use, as AI and technology is coming together, along with just everything in real estate, to make things a little easier for everybody, instead of kicking off the shoes and paper. I still use paper and pen. I'm not gonna lie. It's right here. Got the paper. Excuse me, pen, notes, right? And but it does make things flow when you have a flow, or you have a tech stack that flows. A small one, large one, doesn't matter. I like to call the marketing video, or I should say, verticals, right? Every type of marketing is a vertical. When I talk with people, I go, what are you doing? Are you doing any marketing? What type of marketing? Free. Well, free will get you where it's going to get you, right? But I get it. Do some pain too. Or they try to do some pain and then go, man, it didn't work out. It cost me some money. So they go back to free and go back to paid, go back to free, go back to paid, go back to free. And I get it. It's just an endless cycle until you find your niche, but you got to give it a shot, right? If you do something and you get some traction, then you stick to it. Some people don't, because you might get a dry spell for a little bit. Oh, it didn't work. No, you just got to keep rolling. It's like the ocean. It goes in waves. They come up and they come down. Shit, life is like that. Marketing's like that. Real estate is obviously cyclical, a cyclical situation. It goes in waves, right? It goes up and it goes down. But let me see, what do we got here? So for Thursday Deals Day, what I was going to share with you is let's see what we got here. I know that it was some of these are scheduled out of the gate, and some are just off of the cuff. We're always live, real, and raw, just like our Amp Live TV, which is right here. Amp Live TV, always real, raw, and standing for truth. Home of the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Your host, Eric of Amp Live and VIP Execs. Appreciate you. But at midnight, right now, it's 147. Take advantage of it, okay? 147, but at midnight, it's going to go to 1997, and for the next 50. After that, it goes to the regular price. Everything is still the same. All the bonuses, with the exception of we're actually adding more to it, to the vault, as well, to the upgraded vault, as well as inside of the program, okay? And we're just loading stuff up. Stuff that, and what I mean by that is just things that you're going to need to be able to rock a deal, okay? Like the sub-2 fix and flip deal automator, the sub-2 deal automator, and obviously just the we got a standard one as well. But that one works for wholesaling, fix and flip, buy and hold. It works. It'll help you tremendously when you're underwriting deals. That's the big thing. A lot of people I'm talking to, for whatever reason, I don't know why, if it's just a trend, but they're getting into the business and they're not understanding or breaking down or not confident on running those numbers. Two is where I found out is that once I did that and I got my leads and I talked to sellers, and then I got better at that and got my closing ratios rocking and rolling, and all that good stuff, and then eventually needed to get the property locked up. That's where the contracts came into play. What kind of contracts do you use? I'm talking to some people. They go, "Oh, go get something from AI. Go get something from Facebook. Go get something on Google." And you probably, with all due respect, full disclaimer here, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a bookkeeper. None of that stuff is for entertainment purposes. Right here to help you and rock and roll with you. Come into the program. Full disclosure, it is what it is. The disclosures are there. As far as doing the business, right? But I would suggest, go get an attorney. Go through the attorney. Go whatever agreements you have. And then look at them. For me, I looked at them and I saw certain agreements when I got started for I want to buy a property, and I go, man, I don't like that. I don't like that clause. That just seems a little weak. Maybe it's only one page. There's not enough on there. Let's make it, is there a 2-pager, a 3-pager? I not going to lie, you probably don't know who he is, but it was Carlton Sheets back in the day. I bought his course for $19.97 on a crazy infomercial at 3:00 in the morning. Right. And it came. It was in a square little thing, or like a thing where you open it up, and it had like this round thing for the different types of deals, which didn't really make sense, but it looked cool. And there's obviously CDs in there, and there was a couple of little guides and books, very minimal stuff, and the most important thing was the contracts, right? They had some contracts in there, because I think that's what I really wanted at that time. I was studying and stovetop remedying this, stovetop remedy that, give me a little bit of this. I like this guy. I want to grab that. I want to grab this, reverse engineer and start building something out that was going to be, for my business and real estate. And I took those 2 contracts. They're actually they were on a CD, and I think I printed them. And they're legal side. So I kind of like that. I like the legal thing. Okay. But sometimes it's a pain in the butt, because you had to get the legal paper, and then you had to print them. And sometimes it didn't print right. So you had to figure out how to print it correctly on the damn paper. But it looked cool when we were getting ready to write up a contract, because it was different than everybody else's 1-pager on a piece of, 1-page piece of paper. This was at least legal paper. And I go, it looked more fancier, right? More official. So I used those. I did talk to an attorney, went to an attorney, paid him $150. I think it was 1 hour. I asked him, can I use these and not get in trouble? He tried to upsell me. And at the end of the day, I was like, no, I'm good. Can I use these and not get in trouble? And he said, yeah. Oh, this damn thing didn't come on. Let me put this back up here. It does this all the time with this thing. It's kicking me out of certain types of platforms. So I'm going to go back on here and put it back. An error occurred. All right, well, let's see what it does. Let's see if we're going to check it on the phone, make sure we're there, because it was on there and then it wasn't. And that's a little pet peeves like that irritate me. So bear with me real quick. Make sure I turn this down so we don't get a bunch of feedback. But then, I looked at the contracts, and he said, yeah. I said, no problem. It was 15 minutes in. I didn't need anything else from them. So that's all I needed to know is boom. And I was off. Used them for the first 2 years of my career. When you see, okay, let me see what we got. Go from there. Drop a thought. Are we there? Boom. We are there. Hot seat just now. Okay, cool. It is working. All right. So anyways, cool. Love it. Oh, yeah. It's there right there too. Cool. All right. Beautiful. So that's what we got. That's what we got going on today for Thursday deal day. Hopefully you're hunking and chunking deals. We got deals that obviously come from mentees. They come from different places. They come into the DMs. They come in through the websites. They come in through just data we're rolling and running campaigns and things of that nature through the CRM with text, ringless voice message, direct mail, all that good stuff. So they're all what I like to call verticals. Some people will spend all kinds of money and get all their marketing rolling, then build a website and do all these verticals, and they're not prepared for it. So don't put the cart before the horse. That's what this is all about, right? I'm going to help you with that. But if you do and you're ready to scale up and you're like, bam, I'm already rocking and rolling, then hey, then probably the American Mentee program, the one-on-one that's done with you and done for you, is going to be more geared towards what you need. But let's get into this real quick. Let me see what I got here. I believe I'm going to pop that right there. Oh, there we go. Hey, we're back on here. But you can scan the QR code right there. Right now, you can lock it in. I might have the other graphic where it's only $149, but at midnight, it's going to go to $19. You also get access to the vault. So everything you need. Let me see. I'll move that out of the way. Close your first deals, contracts, LOIs, agreements, all the contracts and the LOIs. The LOIs are cool to get the ball rolling, right? So there's a place. Remember where I was mentoring this young man. He went to a different program, and then obviously it wasn't working out, so he jumped the board, started working with us, and he's like just spitting out LOIs. I'm getting all these LOIs. I go, I was just thinking that those were contracts, like they're legitimate contracts that he could sell. I said, man, it's just an LOI. They could say no, they could pull out anytime. It's just the LOI, a letter of intent to get the negotiation process started. And after that, you still got to write up a contract, whatever you can agree on based on that, and massage it a little bit. And then you still got to write up a darn contract. You're like, oh my God, okay. So, it is what it is. You learn as you go. So, but I commended him for getting started. He was frustrated and he needed some help, so we helped him out. Seller scripts, super important. You're going to need those, right? Selling scripts are part. You still got to write up a contract, whatever you can agree on based on that, and massage it a little bit. And then you still got to write up a darn, which is obviously going to be like the sub-2 deal on automator, sub-2 fix and flip automator, all that good stuff is just going to save you a lot of time. Doesn't mean you use it as a crutch to say, hey, I put it in there and it's always going to be what it needs to be. No, you got to massage it. You got to work it. You should know the mechanics of how to break down a deal, and that's what we're going to share with you on live coaching calls, which is probably going to be our first one, which will be Friday next week, Monday through the week here and the weekend. As we're going through all this, as we take on more people, and then obviously on Monday, a lot of the onboarding will take place, and you'll be good to go. You have full access to everything, because I want to make sure everything's working the way it needs to. And then boom, you'll have access. Some of you might have access to it already, and then on Friday, we'll do a live coaching call. Of course, we'll be touching bases in between there as we go live. And just because I want to make sure that we're over-delivering here, making sure that you're onboarding and everything's cool. If there's things that you want, then let us know, okay? But that's part of it right there. You're going to want this for sure. This is awesome. I love this thing. It is the sub-2 fix and flip calculator. You can get that if you believe. I'm going to put that link in the chat right now. I think it's right here. Let me see. Okay, here's the live calculator. Let me put it right here in the chat. You can grab it right now and use it. It's not the full one, but it does everything it needs to. Just the one that comes with the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator has 4 tabs. So it has your, you can put in all the numbers for your rehab. It's going to have your maximum allowable offers, and it'll break it all down. Also for the buy and hold and exit strategies, and how long for the holding costs and all that good stuff, as well as the first tab, right, which is your fix and flip deal automator. All right, grab it now. Put the link in there for you. I'm pretty sure that's the link. Bear with me real quick. Let me see, make sure I got. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. We got a light one and a dark one. Depends on what you like. It doesn't matter, but it's kind of like ice cream, right? Do you like vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream, strawberry ice cream? Which one is it? All right. There we go. There's the, did I do it? Okay, yeah, that's it. So, there it is. Cool. Awesome. All righty. Let me do this as well. I'll put this in here because we're not at quite maybe midnight somewhere else, but hey, we're talking Pacific Daylight Time. So let me go do this real quick. And make sure get access to this as well. Okay. See how that goes. Pop that right into the chat. There we go. Probably Facebook. I'm not sure. Let me see. We got that. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, this is awesome. Let me bring up this other part of it. As you can see it, I'm not gonna pull up the screenshot and do we did that a few times already, breaking down some actual local Southern California deals. We can do it anywhere. It could be anywhere in the United States of America. Here's the actual one. That's the one that's online, and this one actually is downloadable and usable. You can download it. It'll be in the membership area and all that good stuff. It'll be inside the vault, and it's going to break down everything for you, right? And it doesn't always have to be sub two, because what it'll do is it's obviously for sub two fix and flip, because that's what we do. And I'm going to share it with you on how you can do that. So you just be a fix and flip. You pop in all the numbers. You want to do some seller finance, you want to do some sub two, or you just want to do a wholesale. The 60, 65, 70% maximal allowable offers and all that good stuff. Max offers, whatever you want to call it. And I always say 60, 70 cents on the dollar when it's probably 60, 70%. It's your LTV, it's loan to value type numbers, right? But I just like to say 60, 70 cents, 80 cents on the dollar. Sounds cool to me. I like it. You can use whatever terminology you want. It also comes out the same, kind of like you say potato, I say potato, potato, tomato, all that good stuff. It's all good. Now, I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun. This is going to actually be in, I believe, I'm not sure if it's in the standard vault or the upgraded vault, right? But you can write professional LOIs and offers in under 2 minutes. I did training on that, I believe it was yesterday. Or maybe it's today. I don't know. I've just been doing so many of these, and then working with getting this out, and the team in Sweden, everybody, just making sure that things are what they need to be. I thought this is lovely. I love it. It's awesome. So it's actually geared towards right now. You can pop in an LOI, and it has like 6 different templates. What that means, I hate the word template, but that's what it is, right? It's for sub 2, seller finance, wholesale, regular cash deals, all that good stuff. Up to 6 different types of deals for LOIs and offers. What we're doing is uploading it, working on it right now. So it should be ready by Monday, where you can actually go. We're putting in our LOI. Now, our LOI is a little bit different. It's has more pages, has graphics in there, has your mug, has my mug in there, and our branding. So if you want to use it, you can, if you're working with us. If you're working with us through the American Mentee program, that's going to be a give-in for you. That's why this one is more of a generic one. So you can just pop in your stuff, and then you can download it and then work it out, because I believe it gets downloaded into like a Word document. So then you can download it, put your header on there, put your name, put your brand, put your picture, all that good stuff, any little fancy smancy stuff you want to do. That's what this is. But if you do come aboard the one-on-one mentoring or done with the American Mentee program, which is a different jam, then that's going to be rebranded for you, because a lot of times in the beginning, the piggybacking or mentees piggyback on the American Mentee, or I should say AHA, Americans Helping Americans, private real estate investment firm. And that's one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. That's what that is there. And it's a great, I want to share this with you. I want to show you the different stages here, subject to seller financing, lease options, wholesaling. I believe this is for like cash deals and things of that nature, these two here. And then we have, I believe this one, show you the interface a little bit. So it's actually, you can put together a wholesale deal, or it's going to be a sub 2 deal. And I believe we did that today. I believe we did like a Reader's Digest version, just popped it in really quick and boom, put in the numbers, put in some addresses. And is it going to be cash deal? Is it, I think this one, it was for a wholesale deal. So we're working this, straight up cash. You can put, any amount of days, 7, 14, 21 days for inspection, all that good stuff. And it has all the different little parameters that you're going to need for an LOI and obviously for an offer. Okay. So I thought that was cool. Obviously, if you don't know who I am, I'm Eric Jimenez of AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. Powered by Amp Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company. I got my black and yellow polo for the yellow and black attack. I was talking a little bit about that earlier with Striper the band, and I guess yellow and black has something, some biblical, I guess, terms, whatever. So I looked at it. I said, man, I think I'm gonna wear my yellow and black polo today. Because I'm fired up. It's obviously a deals day, so stuff's coming down the wire. Southern California, Texas, different areas throughout the United States of America, like Florida, Montana, Missouri. Tennessee is a crazy little place, So at the end of the day, Nashville. What other hot spots that are ringing in my head? I know Arizona's been coming up and down, because that's always a crazy market. Vegas as well, up and down here and there. Vegas has always been a volatile or transient type of place, but depending if you're looking for that cash flow and co-living and all that cool stuff, then that's probably the place to be. Because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I guess, right? All right, scan that QR code right there if you want to book some time with myself and my team. I've been doing this a while. Sponsored by VIPexecs Realty, Lending, and Investments, and Luxury Properties. Step into excellence. That's for the brokerage. If you have a license and and you're struggling and you're like, man, they told me this, they told me that, and that didn't happen, and that's just supposed to happen. They said they do this and do that, and didn't happen, which happens a lot. I'm just saying, full disclosure, right? It happens a lot because we've been in the business and we're not pointing anybody out or any fingers, but it happens. Okay. If that's happening to you, then definitely reach out. I'll connect you with VIPexecs, see if it's a good fit. If it's a good fit, hey, you'll get the listing love, the buyer's love, lending love. At the same token, it's tied to what? Yes, Amp Live and the American Mentee Program and Amp Live period. So you'll get that creative real estate investing love as well. So you'll be able to compete in the market and kick some ass in the market by going, hey, yeah, investors are not the enemy, right? And same thing for the investors. Investors say, well, the agents aren't the enemy. You just got to find that nice match, a unicorn agent. If you want to become one of those and work with investors and work with just, even, moms, dads, aunts, and uncles, because that's who buys real estate, right? And put them together so you have the best of both worlds. So this way, yes, you can actually say I'm a professional real estate agent. I'm also a professional real estate investor, right? And you can actually help people who want to find their forever home, their second home, vacation home, or maybe it's, like I tell the young millennials, yeah, go buy a duplex, go buy a triplex, go buy a quad on FHA, or if you just got out of the military and you got a VA, go buy this, just what I just mentioned, a duplex or a triplex or a quad, right? And, buy it with VA, FHA, put some minimal amount of money down and rent out the other ones and live in one for as long as you possibly can. You're going to get all your rent paid for, or let's say your mortgage, you want to pay for that. Get some roommates, make some extra money on top of that. And then save up that cash, go buy yourself your forever home, or just your home that you're going to want next. Maybe it's a condo, maybe it's a house, maybe it's a newer home, maybe it's 2 stories, who knows? Maybe it's a house on some land or something, maybe it's an estate, whatever it may be. Go do that, and then hey, rent out that one where you lived in, and now you have yourself an asset, and then continue to build and build over a period of time. When you hit your 20 or late 20s or 30s and 40s, you're gonna thank me for it. Trust me. You can say, hey, I'm gonna call that Eric guy. I'm gonna take his advice, right? Or not. Don't, right? I notice a lot of people, whether you're young or old, it's just maybe the sign of the times, right? Everybody wants to be a CEO. Everybody wants to be, the head person in the company and this and that. But nobody wants to, come in and be the janitor, right? Nobody wants to start at the bottom anymore. Nobody wants to start at entry level anymore. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, right? You can try and try. Unless you're Elon Musk or Bezos or one of those peeps that are willing to sleep in the office and work 24 hours a day, then it's not going to happen, right? Because look at them. Look at as smart as they are. And they still work 24 hours. Shit, I think they still do. Except for Bezos, right? I think he's like, jet setting and cruising around, but his brain's always going. So he's a different animal as well. Musk is just a machine, always doing this stuff, right? No noise, 1, 2, 3, all right? That's what I'm gonna call it. That's kind of adopting someone, trying to adopt some of that stuff, but it's hard, right? Because there's so much noise in the world, so much noise, everything that's going on. Even this, right? You got the social media, you got everything coming at you. But hey, we all got to do what we got to do. We all got to follow our passions, follow what we think is what's the word I'm looking for? God driven. For me, God driven. I'm not a holy roller, but I'm going to throw it out there, right? That's what gets me going. That's what fires me up along with my family and wanting to do what I need to do for my family, friends, and the people around me that give me joy. So hopefully I can give them joy, and hopefully we can give you some joy. And you can join the AHA family, the Amp Live Media family, the VIPexecs family. We'd love to have you. That's what this is all about. But that's my little speaker sheet. If you think I'd be a good fit on someone's podcast or show or seminar, definitely, hey, let them know about me, right? Well, I'd appreciate it. We appreciate it. You can always hashtag Get Eric Paul Live, hashtag Get Eric Paul Live, and check out all my stuff, right? And go from there. So, but I'd love to help you with your creative real estate investing or just real estate investing business. You can always book a call right there, scan that QR code and book some time with myself. And I'm going to move on here. You can always hit we're going live on different social media platforms like TikTok and YouTube. And I believe there's like LinkedIn. We got Instagram, there's Facebook, Twitch even, for the youngsters probably going, what the hell is this? I did some TikTok stuff on there. There's some cool people on there. Boom, boom, boom. Then they're going, what is this all about? Right. So then I explain it to them and then say hi to a couple of people. Right. And, so far so good. I think we had one knucklehead on there. He said some crappy shit about something. Hey, blah, 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 bro. And I'm like, man, what are you talking about? You're on my show, brother. You need to get your ass off off my channel, man. But I thought that was funny. People, there's always whiners, there's always bitchers. And it irks me. Maybe I'm being a whiner and bitcher by just saying it because it's irritating, right? People forget about the golden rule, right? What the heck is the golden rule? Well, the golden rule is to treat others as you would like to be treated. And that's just how it is with business. You go in and buy something, you want to be treated like a king or queen and roll out like, man, I like this. I like this company, or I like this restaurant, or I like going shopping here because that's where Nordstrom's, right? And all those places when they're rocking and rolling and badass and, they just give you the treatment and you're like, that's why the rich people would go. And the people that weren't so rich, they still got treated the same, whether they had a dollar or $100,000 or $100 in their pocket, they got the same treatment. And that set the bar across everything, right? Now that's kind of all over the place now, right? For us, it's always been, let's keep it up here. Let's take care of everybody. Let's give everybody attention, even if it's more attention than we need to. And let's make sure that we will always be there no matter what. And we are. Now, if that person or the customer doesn't show up, nothing you can do about that. And you can't please 100 people. I remember my dad saying that when he used to play music, right? You go out there, you kick some ass, you do what you need to do. And as long as you're pleasing some people, you're not going to please everybody. Everybody's not going to like everything you do. Who gives a shit? Just they don't matter to a degree. The ones that do matter are the ones that do care about you, right? The ones that you enlighten, the ones that you touch, the ones that you connected to. And that's the beautiful thing about being a human being, right? And you have options and choices. Anyways, that's the Amp Live TV. I don't know why I left it on there because I just started going into a rant, right? But hey, this is for the American Mentee program. We're not talking about that, but it's there since it's in the slides. You can scan that QR code. I'm not sure what it is. I could probably scan it right now and take a look. Let me see what's on there. Let me do it. Oop. Ghost in the machine. All right, cool. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, that's for the done with you, done for you program. That is going to be changing as well. I'm not going to get into that right now. It's all about the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, and that is super duper. Is that a word? Super duper. It's super duper. Real estate software and tech stack. Now, there's some of the things that are going to be dropped down into the vault with you, and we're going to share those with you. I'm going to show you how to set those up on the live coaching calls. You'll have instructions on how to get it done. You start off with a small stack and then move to a larger stack. You're probably going, stack, what is that? Is that like some gym stuff? Right? I got to start taking supplements, and I got to start dry scooping and jumping on a bunch of creatine and amino acids and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. That's for Wellness Wednesday anyways. All right. So no, this is a software tech stack. You got to get with the times, right? At the end of the day, I know that when I was doing the business and when I had websites and all this good stuff and bringing in leads and rocking deals, even now, always trying to adjust and adapt to the new technology as it comes out and test it to see if it's going to be viable. Is it going to stick around? Because a lot of stuff has come out and then it took a shit, came out, took a shit, didn't work. And then it just died off, or someone, regulated it and changed it and all kinds of other stuff, even like the Bluetooth stuff, right? I know the Bluetooth stuff came out and it was like, wow, this is cool. This is going to be like RoboCop. You go into the house and it's going to say, hello, welcome to, the such and such house. And you go over here and there's a beacon and it's going to be a commercial of Home Depot or Lowe's. And you can put your furniture here and check out this and check out that. And it'll help you sell the property, right? And you can, at the same token, you can have all those, being as affiliate marketing types things. Anyways, I'm kind of sharing with you what was in the works for some Amp Live real estate software, what I was going to call the Amp Live smart software, right? And then, of course, things started changing. I was going, man, we could pop that in the car and drive around and then start hitting people with, hey, we'll buy your house, we'll buy your house, we'll buy your house, we'll buy your house, right? And it would pop up on your phone. It was okay to do that stuff at one time. Because I believe the UK was like, they got their T whatever, and you walk into a store and that stuff would pop up on your phone, just like when you go to Home Depot now, right? But of course, it was a little more renegade when they brought that to America, and it was like, well, yeah, you could put a beacon in your car, drive around, and it'll send ads. They call it kind of geo-targeting now, I think it is, but. Google took over, Apple got into it, squashed all that and tried to control it all and everything and messed it all up, right? So I was like, wow, okay. And I even know people who built platforms and did all that good stuff and spent thousands of dollars going, hey, we're going to turn this into a real estate thing, a marketing thing, and all this other good stuff to sell stuff, and blew out of the market and got squashed. Boom. Because that would have been cool, right? You go in a house and there's advertisements here, stuff pops up here. Yeah, you're going to get ads anyway. So what? We get them all day long, and be able to sell a house virtually, right? Along with somebody, it can be in here talking and things of that nature. But I really like the idea of putting a beacon in a car and just driving around and pinging everybody. Boom, boom, boom. We'll buy your house. You want to buy your house, cash, sell, all that good stuff. I thought that was a great idea. But then they locked it up, especially when, Android comes out, then Apple, and they pretty much own the whole enchiladas, right? Unless you got some generic phone, how are you going to do that and even be able to get away with it? Anyways, that was my little rant about that, about the Bluetooth and the beacons and all that good stuff, which I thought was cool at the time. All right, so PropStream. Definitely going to need leads, right? Going to need some leads. So I know PropStream's solid. It's been solid for a while. They have other ones that are in here. Now, with that tech stack, it's going to share a handful of CRMs and data companies, as well as skip tracing companies and CRMs and stuff like that. We're sharing what we use and what mentees use, and you can use them or not, totally up to you. But we already spent the time, testing all those and been checking them out and working with them for years, right? So new stuff is coming down the wire. I don't think it's in there, but eventually we'll put it in there and we'll put it in the vault because it's been shared and it works, and it's some free stuff and paid stuff. There'll obviously be affiliate links and all that good stuff. Yes, we get paid for that and all that good stuff. It's just paying it forward. If you don't want to, don't. Just go directly to the company. There's no harm, no foul. But I know that if I was doing that and someone's helping me, of course, I want to help them out. Let's do it. How to pay for the popcorn in the office. All right, let's go. Premium Vault. Now, the Premium Vault's Amp Live Premium Vault, unlocking everything plus scale fast. $247 one time. This is where beginners become deal closers, right? Deal analysis, everything's the same. You get all this other cool stuff. It's just an upgraded part where it's advanced case studies, creative financing breakdowns, scaling systems and SOPs, and you get lifetime updates, by the way, with this. All right, so this is cool. Now, this is the part where you're going to make a lot of money. You make a lot of money. I call it the mission is submission. Some people take this for granted, and they go, try to do it what way they want to, or they do it half-ass, or you give them the information, then they don't do it. It's like, look, you need to do it, right? You may be stubborn. I think we had a person in Missouri, a couple people actually, that if you learn it and you go through it and we spend the time to break it down, you're going to be successful. It's easy to get submissions. And then you submit them and you start, underwriting the deal and all that good stuff. It's a beautiful thing. Others, they want to have their own thing, their own this, own that. I get it. Then, good luck to you. It's cool. If it works for you, awesome. But 9 times out of 10, It just doesn't, right? But this works. So this is what we do. It's a simple discovery call. We have a link. Now, this link, I believe on the program for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, just some templates. We'll we'll share with you on what you can use, and then go build it out and give you some templates and get it done. If you go into the next program or the one-on-one mentoring program, we set this stuff up for you, which is done with you. If it's just done with you, then we'll guide you, or you can use our team. Just take care of the hard costs for them. And hey, we're good to go, right? So our resources will be your resources. That's what this is about. But you scan that QR code right there. That's for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. But this here, let me see. Can I scroll? No? Okay. Yeah, and it's We Buy Houses. It's AHA, as you can see here. That's our American Mentee brand, AHA, which is a real estate firm. And We Buy Houses, ugly ones too. Cash or terms. Sell your house fast. Cash or terms in 7 days or less. Now, this 7 days or less in terms, did you see that? Sell your house fast, cash or terms. Now, even in the last cycle, right? It was all about cash. And then as the market started shifting and changing, we moved to terms, right? And now, of course, everybody and their mother is all about terms and sub-2 and seller finance. And anyway, it's more prevalent than it was, because it was kind of cool back then. Really, nobody knew shit about it, right? Not even 1% that I would talk to. Agents didn't understand it. Brokers didn't understand it. And the older brokers are like, oh, you can't do that because of this and this. And like, man, shut up. Right? It's being done. If the attorneys say it can get done, then you go tell them, go argue with them, right? And good luck to you, whatever. Do your thing. Who cares? You're a broker anyways, making money off all the agents. So what are you bitching about, right? But there's always bitchers and whiners and bitchers. I'm not gonna lie. I bitch. I like to bitch. That's just me. But at the same token, hopefully it's positive bitching, good bitching, right? Good whining. Hopefully, I better not. I forgot on certain platforms you can't be saying stuff like that, right? Because they got the algorithms and things of that nature. So we'll keep it to that point. Other than that, I do like dropping the F-bombs and S-bombs, right? Because that just comes from a place of passion and it's real. That I like doing on Sundays for the Sunday rants and raves. But definitely today is Thursday deal day. So this works beautifully, right? If you're a mentee, you come aboard and you get this micro goal sheet. Not even micro goal sheet, it's a micro intake form. And it's like a little micro website. Boom, has everything you need. 3 steps. We call it the art of the deal, or the Amp Live method, right? And the mission is the submission. The mission is the submission, right? We're going to teach on that. But as we move forward this first week, Friday, it's all going to be motivation, mindset, making sure that you're getting your mind geared toward what needs to happen for the real estate business. If you're already seasoned, cool. Then you skip to the next week and just keep on rocking and rolling. You want to skip ahead, that's cool. But that's what it's designed to do. The second week, we're going to get into what? We're going to get into breaking down deals. You need to know what a deal is and what a deal is not. Very simple. We're going to do that. And then the third week, we're going to cruise into what? We're going to cruise into role play, live role play. I think I talked to somebody a couple days ago or whatever, a few people, and role play. Some people are cool with it. Some people are salespeople. Some people are not salespeople. Some people just, they're behind the scenes and stuff. And I get all that, but they want to come out and like, man, I want to learn the sales stuff. And then others are like, you know what? Oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know if I want to do role play. That's just, do that type of stuff and saying, okay, then maybe you don't want to do real estate, right? Maybe you need to get uncomfortable with your being comfortable, okay? Get uncomfortable from being comfortable. And then if you get comfortable, you got to get uncomfortable. And sometimes you got to kick yourself in the arse to say, let's go, or get somebody else to kick you in the arse to say, let's go. And that's what we're here to do, hold you accountable. There's no qualms about it. There's no drama, no BS. And it's all straight truth bombs, even on us. You may say, hey, maybe I do know that from sales. Yes, there's different people. You got different personality types. I can say one thing to another, one person, and I can say the same thing to another person. This one will go, yeah, I get it. This one's going to go, oh my God, that's so rude. Oh, you're this, you're that, and then another one can say whatever. But I get it. For us, it's not that cut and dry because we understand personalities, and so it's like, hey, we'll work it to the point where we can understand it. And then we keep moving forward. But if you're not doing what needs to be done, then of course you got to have the truth dropping, right? You got to move forward. Then it just becomes, hey, you can have excuses or results, not both. So figure out what you want to do. You either do the business or don't do the business, because time is money at the end of the day. And we're going to spend time with you, and you're going to invest in us, and we're going to invest in you. And that's a reciprocal thing. I like that. But this is important. You get these submissions, you're going to make money. You get these submissions, you're going to make money. And we're going to train on that, show you how to do that. But you got to learn how to role play. This submission is almost like a script that's rolled into getting your that submission to turn it into a deal. So think of it as like a lead, and then you're going to get that appointment. This is the lead, and it's going to help you get that appointment with this submission, all right, the submission form. And once you have that, take it from a lead to an appointment, right, then you're going to take it to what? You're going to grab it. You're going to get a copy. We get a copy if you're part of the one-on-one mentoring program. Otherwise, you're just going to get a copy by setting this up if you do it right. And you're going to get a copy. You're going to underwrite it, break it down, and then boom, make an offer. Get it accepted. Now you have a deal. Once you have a deal, then you get there's training in there on how to dispo the sunbuck, right? How to get it all set up, how to get your flyers put together, pictures and videos and social media and all that good stuff to be able to do what? To be able to dispo the deal and to move it along. Yeah, there's companies out there you can get a hold. Just make sure you vet them out and make sure they're going to be able to deliver what they're going to need to be able to sell for you. I'm not going to get into that right now. What I'm going to share with you is, yes, it's going to help you put your marketing piece together because you should have a marketing department, then move it over to dispo, and then they're going to unload it and get it sold so you can get so you can have that COE, close of escrow. Okay, so the submission is super important. Okay, do not disregard it. Once you jump into the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, and we'll go here. And this is going to be cool. Sub 2 discovery questions. Okay, we're at 47 minutes already. Wow. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to keep on putting that timer on here. Bing, 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 bing. All right, sub 2 discovery questions is going to help you with the mission is a submission, part of the art of the deal or the Amp Live method, right? I'm not going to get into all these questions. That'll be like a full training. We can do that on Saturday, right? We'll do that for field and sales training, and maybe we'll get into that. And we'll make it all about the mission is a submission. And I'll go live, and if I can get a volunteer, maybe recruit a volunteer or a mentee or someone who just came aboard as a founding member for the Amp Live Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator, and we'll go live. We'll go live so you can hear it. But I think maybe, I'm not sure. We'll see how we do it in a Facebook group or just going to be in a live environment that's private and here on this platform. I'm not sure, but I think that'd be a great idea. I think it'd be fun. All right, so let's go to sub 2 offer structure guide. You want to know how to structure those deals. You want to know, is it a deal? Is it not a deal? Is it a wholesale deal? Is it a soft sub 2 deal? Is it a fix and flip? Is it a lease option? Is it a seller finance deal? Heck, is it just best to wholesale the sunbuck because it's so juicy or not? All right, so that's good. That's what this is, and it's I believe it's like 9 pages. 9 pages of a juicy PDF to help you out with that. Now, obviously, there's going to be some marketing samples in there, marketing that we have. Salary House Fast, right? We have solutions. We can help. We got business cards. You can, whatever. If you need help with that, we can put you in the right direction, or you can have someone on our staff put some cards and stuff for you, help you build those out. Obviously, it's got to pay them, whatever that is, and then you can ship out the graphic and order cards, right? We'll even share a couple of places where you can get them super cheap. All right, and then we buy houses, ugly ones too, cash. Salary House Fast. It's like a half flyer. It's all branded up, with our logo, but you can put, your stuff on it, or at least you'll have to have it redone. These are just samples here. And this is obviously true. Creative real estate investing, how to get off-market deals, right? Now, a lot of people are going on market. I get it. Look for those on-market deals that have been on the market forever and a long-ass time. Maybe they're all jacked up. You'll definitely get deals because the agent's tired, seller's tired, and they'll probably want to work a deal with you, wholesale or a creative deal for some sort for reals, and go for it. Off market as well. That's where the surfing for deals, or we call it surfing for deals, right? You can get our surfing for deals. That's going to be. I'm not ssure if it's in the vault or the first or second one, but I'm going to make sure that it's in there. You get it absolutely free. It's got a trading video, a cheat sheet, PDF. I don't know how many you got. Even it gives you everything just to copy and paste and go for it, right? But it'll help you get into the business very quickly and help you on top, right? It'll be just another vertical of free leads. Some people drive for dollars. That's cool. If you got one of those jobs where you're out and about all the time, construction, there's trees, or whatever, work for the city or something like that, then you should be every block. I'm not gonna lie. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure, and I've seen it over the years that usually every block has a ugly house, right? Doesn't mean they want to sell, but You never know. But every block has an ugly house or two. So can you imagine you're driving around blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks. You're going to build a list fairly quickly, right? And there's tools that you can use. You can just take a picture, boom, and set off scan it, put it in your database, so you can work it later. You can probably call them if you wanted right in front of the house. You can send a postcard or a mailer. There's cool stuff out there, right? If you're doing that. So there's no excuse for not getting stuff done. All right. I'm going to share with you myself and our sponsors, VIPexecs Realty, Lending and Investments, and Luxury Properties. Step into excellence. Obviously, that's myself, Miss Elizabeth. You can scan that QR code right there, boom, and get in touch with our team. And if you wanted to drop your license, or maybe you're wanting to get your license, or you just have some questions, or maybe you're looking for deals, you can scan that QR code and get access to the MLS absolutely free. And look for properties. You can look for properties, and there's everything in there. Trust me. Are there fixer-uppers in there? Yeah. Are there properties that have been on there forever? Yeah. Are there beautiful, nice properties on there? Yeah. Luxury properties? Yes. Commercial properties? Yes. Everything under the sun, because it's on the MLS, right? I would urge you, though, if you want to get on the A list or the VIP buyer list, then definitely reach out, let us know. And those go to the people or anybody that's involved in working with us, get access to those first. Okay, there is a couple things you got to do to get on the VIP buyers list. I'll share those with you, not here, but if you want to set up some time or do a chat, definitely we'd love to do that with you or help you out with that. All right, I'm going to keep on rolling. You know what? I'm going to go through all these shit. I'm going to make it a whole hour, and we'll go from there. Made in America, empowering Americans through creative real estate investing in the Amp Live Real Estate Show. You can scan that QR code right down below. Boink, right there. Time to rock. Register here. The American Mentee Program. Act now before the deal disappears, because that is at 50% off, I believe. That's a 50% off of the one-on-one mentoring program. That's a done with you program. After the second quarter, after we're done here, what do we got? April, May, June. So in July, it's going up. And that's okay, because it's not going to bother me at all at the end of the day. Simply because we know what we deliver, we know what we're doing as far as the coaching and mentoring and doing deals throughout the United States of America, and feel good about it, right? So as we're moving this, a lot of it one to many, and obviously focusing on different things that are coming down the wire for real estate. So it's an exciting time, and you should be excited as well, because the wave of real estate is going to continue. All right. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, no, the end of the world is happening, or we got these wars and all kinds of stuff's happening, right? Not yet. Anyways, we do. Yeah. And we do specialize obviously in all the traditional stuff, but also the untraditional stuff. So if you got short sales, you got fixer uppers, you got NODs, NOTs, pre-foreclosures, right? Anything that, probates, vacant properties, tired landlord stuff. It doesn't matter what it is, even freaking dirt. If you got some dirt, roll it down the wire, send it our way. We'll take a look at it, underwrite. If we get you offer, then great. If not, hey, maybe we'll partner up somehow or some way, or not. Maybe just give you some good advice and say, hey, good luck to you. Keep on rocking and rolling, right? But always have a PMA, positive mental attitude. Remember the golden rule, okay? Treat others as you would like to be treated. If you're going to come off as a smart aleck or this and that, that's what we share with all our mentees, is saying, look, we're qualifying the seller. They think they're qualifying us. No. We'll walk away from a seller. We'll walk away from money and deals because we don't want the headaches, and it's just going to be a shit show anyways. We'll do the same thing to buyers, or at least on the private side, right? On the public sector, it's a little different because it's a different type of a jam, and there's different things and little nuances in regards to the public sector. But the private sector is totally different, right? This is how we do it, right? Same thing for buyers. Qualify the buyer. Qualify the investors. If the investors are cool and they don't want to sign what we need them to sign, or they want to be jerks, or guys and gals, right? Because some girls come off, or women come off pretty aggressive, or certain things, or this, whatever's on there. I don't know. I talked with one. There was a couple of them, and I won't say anything, right? about I guess, bottom line, that was it. I should say, maybe they get aggressive, or maybe that's just the way they are, or maybe that's their culture or whatever for that type of stuff or whatever. But I'm not gonna lie, I've got it even while I'm mentoring with other mentees, and they just kind of laugh because they go, man, it's crazy, right? It would have hung up a long time ago, or we go back and forth, boom, 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 And then, I remember one time we're negotiating this property and, we got into it a little bit and you need to tell me this, you need to say this. I said, no, I don't know who you think you're talking to. And went from there. And then I think a brother got involved. Oh, blah, 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 blah. So we had to, we could have just said, hey, we're good to go. Good luck to you. But I was in one of those fiery moods. So I started hammering back, bam, bam, bam. And then hammered back at the guy, hammered back at the woman. And all was good. We still got the contract, right? On our terms, the way we needed it and what we wanted it done, because they wanted to sell a damn house, so right. So just didn't back down, didn't deal with the BS at the end of the day. But then you decide you want to move forward with these type of people, especially if they're not going to tell you the truth, right? Hey, how's that foundation? I don't know. You got to do an inspection. Well, do you not know? You probably know. You might as well share it with us because we're going to find out anyways, right? Stuff like that. So you have to pick your battles, I should say. Pick your battles. And then go from there. It's the golden rule, right? Treat others as you like to be treated. Yeah, there's going to be people that are going to say F you when you're trying to work them. They're going to say this, you're going to say that. You're going to say all kinds of derogatory stuff. It's even worse now. The reason I share that with you is because it's the truth. It's funny. I think it's funny at the end of the day because, how can it be that bad? How can your day be that bad? And some people are like, oh, no, this, that. And they're like, well, you're the one who, got in that predicament with that particular property. And, why are you bitching about it? Why are you whining about it, right? Or you're like, hey, you're trying to sell the house by yourself, for sale by owner, when you can just get a professional real estate agent to be your gatekeeper and get a lender to help you, right? And get it sold the way, without, taking on, oh my God, all these people calling me and I'm tired of taking these calls and blah, 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 blah. So, well, hand it over to someone else. Why are you doing that? Because they're cheap, because they want more money and they don't have the money to get full retail. There's a lot of reasons, right? Probate properties, tired landlords, those are happening right now as well. So, keep on trucking, right? You gotta put that square mind frame or you gotta frame it like, hey, this is awesome. I'm having fun. I'm helping people. They just don't know it. They don't know how much help that we can give them. And in exchange for getting paid, because we don't work for free. You don't work for free. No one works for free, right? Even nonprofits, they say they're free, but there's money involved in that stuff, right? VIPexecs Realty, Lending, and Investment, step into excellence, powered by Rock and Rollness. How about that? All right, I'm gonna share some of the brands. I'm gonna keep on rocking and rolling here. You can scan that QR code. Do have something for you youngsters, right? Mortgage for millennials and everybody else, of course, right? So millennials, I just mentioned that a little bit earlier. Yes, take advantage of it, right? You got a job, decent credit, building up your credit, trying to figure out what I want to do, what am I going to be? Yeah, go get you an asset. Go get an FHA property, 3.5. Don't quote me on that because I'm not the lender. I think it's still 3.5%. Get a VA loan, a FHA loan. Heck, you probably get some gifting money from momsies and dadsies and uncles and aunts and all that good stuff, right? To help you go buy a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex, right? A quad, maybe. And, live in one, rent out the rooms, then rent out the other ones, right? Live there for 3, 4, 5 years if you need to, or even less, and cash flow that some buck, So even if you're you're a young family, look, I got a job, I'm busting my butt and going to school, going to do this. Just had my first child, second child, my wife, all that good stuff. Maybe you're going to be a doctor, maybe you're going to be an attorney, maybe you're going to be a pharmacist, or maybe a construction person or owner, who knows, right? Whatever your career is, some people think they just can't afford a property. My credit isn't there. I don't have enough money. That's what I thought when I first bought my house with my wife. I was 27 years old, and I was working my ass off. Right. So here's a small story. I'll give it to you, a little tidbit. I was working my ass off. It was 6 days a week. Probably, I don't know, 60, 70 hours a week, moving up the ladder to get into management, this and that. And I come home and there's this guy sitting at my table where my food should be, and I'm hungry and I want to eat. But thanking my wife, hey, she didn't have to cook me jack because, she was doing her stuff too. But I was just happy there was food there. I didn't care if it was cold, right? I'm just hungry and I want to take a shower and I got to get up in a couple hours to go back to work. But he said, oh, yeah, hey, Mr. Jimenez, hey, thank you, this and that. Miss Jimenez, boom, boom, boom. I got something for you. It's very simple. This is what we're going to do. I said, I can't do it. I'm not prepared for that, this and that. Look, it's a couple of minutes. I don't want to be rude because that's not me, right? And he was some of those people that are so nice to you that you can't be rude to them, right? They're like, okay, Ismail, what do you need? What do you need? We're going to do this, do that, sign right here, boy. And I'll be in contact in a couple of days. Sure enough, he was in contact with a couple of days. This is what you qualify for. This is how you're going to get into the property. And here's my favorite agent. He's going to help you go buy a house for you and your family. I said, well, shit, okay. I thought I was going to have to do this, and that to get this done. And my wife had the initiative because she's smart, right? Smarter than me. So at the end of the day, she brought that person to the table and said, let's go, let's jump on it. And we started house hunting. So it's a beautiful thing. That means you as a millennial and your new family are maybe not, maybe you don't have any kids. Who cares? You're like, boom, I'm starting my life. I can't afford a property right now. Well, yes, you can if you do it right. Even with creative real estate investing, wholesaling, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with creative real estate investing, or it doesn't always have to be traditional, right? It could be traditional, but FHA is easy peasy. Maybe you got out of the military and you got a VA loan and want to get a house. Boom, we can help you with that, right? The thing where people get stuck is sometimes it's not the loan. If the loan goes through and you got a good lender, then awesome, like VIPexecs Realty and Lending, then you're good to go because we're going to fight for you. They're going to fight for you. They're going to do what they need to do to help you, right? And try to get you the best rates, try to make sure that, everything goes through smoothly and educate you. A lot of people don't say this, sign here, do this, do that, go move and get it done. No, you want to be educated, right? It's kind of like if you go to a doctor. Now, if the doctor just said, yeah, take this and take a couple of these, and here's prescribe this and that, and like, what? I don't want all that, right? Why do I need it? Tell me why. What's wrong with me, right? So the education process is good because it's like, think of it as like a doctor or a dentist or, an attorney or someone on your team, right? A financial analyst or whatever. They're there to help you improve your life. Of course, it's not free because they're going to get paid. Yes, everybody gets paid for what they do and the efforts that they make. So, think of it that way. And so when you're doing this and you go, hey, you know what? I can do this. Yeah. You just need some education, right? And to share it with you and then go, okay, get a house. And there's all kinds of different types of loans and programs and things of that nature. Maybe if you're a teacher, I believe, what else is there? Like the teacher loans, fire department, anything like that. City workers, there's things where you can, and they're all legal, obviously, because they're there. And some people think, oh, there's city money. They try, I heard there's these grants and this. Don't believe everything you hear on TV or the internet. Ironically, right? But that's what we're there to do. So millennials, yes, you youngsters, you can go out there and buy a property, right? Buy and start stacking them. You're gonna, and then there's other things that's too much to get into right here. But you're able to do it. I know you can do it, and it'd be a smart thing to do, okay? And yes, everybody else as well is able to do that. All right, I'll keep on moving down here. Consider buying or selling a home. Don't go solo. You can also scan that QR code right there, boom, to book some time with myself and my team, 15, 30 minutes or whatever it is. Do it. It's absolutely free. Wish I had that, or I would have clicked it. Boom. And then I'd probably click it again. How many times can I click it? No, I was kidding. Oh, shit. Cracking myself up. Here you go. This is absolutely free. It's Surfing for Deals. Going to help you find deals in any market, anywhere in the United States of America. You can scan that QR code right there and get it for free. Absolutely not charging anything. I know that's going to change. I know it says like $1,400 and all that good stuff is going to be tied to a program. Even then, even if I released it, probably sell it for a couple of bucks, and not a couple of bucks. I don't know, $27, $97 or whatever is what they're trying to tell me to do. Not tell me, but advising me, right? Or an upsell, downsell. It's all the internet marketing stuff, right? But it's free. I'd rather just give it away for free. AHA Americans How Americans is the American Mentee Program. This is our flagship program, the true one-on-one mentoring, the only program of its kind where we train you and others across the United States of America one-on-one. Nobody does that. And it's even 7 days a week if you need it, because I know that no one's going to work 7 days a week except for us or myself and my team if we needed to. I can't get everybody to do it, right? So that you got to come in shifts, right? But that's what it's about, right? Nobody does it. And it's true one-on-one to help you get your business going and rocking and rolling. If you're already established, help you scale and grow. And you piggyback on AHA, or we help you build your brand and get you up and running just like a franchise or a business of any sort. It's not a franchise, but you got to think systems and think processes and think branding. I love branding. So it's an enjoyable thing for myself and my team to do. You can scan that QR code right there, boink. There it is. and lock that in. I'm not sure if I'm dropping this next in there, the Eric report. I'm not sure if that's being dropped into the vault for the Amp Live Accelerator program. I think it is. I'm not sure if it is. Cool. Take advantage of it. But the Amp Live, you can scan the QR code right there for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Like I said, it's only, I think it's right there, $147 till midnight. After that, it goes to $19.97 for the next 50, and then goes to the regular price. But the Eric report is what? What the heck is that? It says life, USA, real estate, family, the world. What is that, a magazine? Yeah, that should be. Hey, I think I need to come out with a magazine. Call it the Eric report, right? No. What it is just some information based on what I think is going to transpire in the next 5 to 7 years with real estate. That could just be traditional real estate, creative real estate investing, the trends that are going to happen, what I think is going to happen, just based on cycles and trends. That is my thing. I love cycles and trends. I go back to the 17, 18, 1900s, and all the way through what's happened in the last 100 years or so. And that's that. Only reason that happens from reading Think and Grow Rich. I go, man, this book is older than shit, but it's really not that old. It's 1930s, right? So, and then I just started looking at cycles and trends, what built this and that, what happened through these cycles and trends. And you definitely see patterns. I guess maybe that's my brain. I see patterns. But I believe that's going to be in there. If not, ask. All right. No theory, no fluff, just real estate deals in action. You can scan that QR code for some MLS love, because I know a lot of people are looking for MLS and things of that nature because they're trying to find deals online. I get it. I'm not a fan of it. It's not my thing. I don't want to say anything good or bad about it. Just saying, hey, it's an option. Off market, it's an option. Data, it's an option. All verticals work. Pick your poison, or pick your rock and roll bags of gold, or whatever you want to call it, right? It's totally up to you. I shouldn't say poison, but it just depends. Like some people, when I first started, there's two things I did not want to do: is door knock and make calls. Hate making calls, hate cold calling, and I hate door knocking, right? I want leads to call me. I'd rather deal with quality over quantity, quality over quantity. But I know right now with AI and all this technology, you get a lot of quantity, and then let it filter into quality, right? But once you get that quality, you got to know what? You have to understand and know your sales ratios, your closing ratios. You got to know how to close that stuff up, because then you can get a bunch of quality, or you can get a quality batch of leads or quality hot leads. And if you suck, you're not going to close any of them. Those weren't good leads. No, you just weren't very good. You needed some help. You need to close better. You need to say things. And I have conversations, which is kind of fun. I like doing that. Talking to people across the United States of America. I talk to thousands of people on the phone, and it's cool. It's always cool to kind of see how they think and their mentality. Some of them think like, hey, I know exactly what I'm doing, or this is happening because of this and that. And it's funny because you can see like the cracks and everything. You can kind of diagnose where the problems are, right? And the disconnect. And it's very easy to fix, because you can do, even me, right? Even myself, I've probably been doing it for years with this internet marketing stuff and, courses and all this good stuff, right? On that side of it anyways, for thinking, hey, you can do something one way and thinking it's right, but it's not. And if you continue to keep on doing it and it's not working, or it's not working as great or whatever, then what can happen, right? You're like, you've done stuff, but it's not done right. There's a better way to do it, right? Maybe it's a better mousetrap, or someone else is doing it in a better way and they figured it out. So you got to have what's called humility, right? And that comes with, I guess, age, or if you're been blessed with it at a young age, and hey, God bless you, right? But humility, you're able to ask questions and ask for help and things of that nature. Of course, not everybody's willing to help, but if you bring, something to the table, or they see that you're really trying really hard and maybe struggling or whatever, or at least going after it, then everybody wants to help those people. I know I do, at the end of the day. And I know that there's other people that have helped me because of that. And they go, man, you need some help here to do this, and that. And so it's a very fortunate thing, right? But you can do the same thing over. You can just, what I'm saying is, you can think you're doing something right, but it's not, and it's not right. And it's just hurting you. So you need to fix it, diagnose it, right? It's kind of like, I guess, I don't know, maybe drinking a bunch of sodas. You can drink soda, say, hey, it works for me, keeps me up and does all this good stuff. But you know what? It's eating up in your insides. It's doing all kinds of other stuff, right? So you probably need to stop. Is there a better way? Well, yeah, maybe it's working out. Maybe it's eating better. Maybe it's doing other things which are not as sexy, right? Unless you make them sexy, because you can frame anything to be sexy. Trust me, right? But you can, who wants to do all that good stuff? Go to the gym and do this and do that, shit. I just suck down a soda and get some caffeine, then crash with all the sugar or whatever the fuck they put in it. Excuse my French. Anyways, right? So keep that in mind. All right. So, anyways, why one-on-one mentoring matters in real estate? Because it does. Get the right mentor, you'll be fine. Get the right coach, you'll be fine. Get the right program, you'll be fine. Just get a program where people care and not going to disappear, and you'll be fine. You just got to show. You got to study, listen, test, execute, and build what's going to work for you, right? And just follow the directions. Learn it the way they're sharing it with you. Even if it's not us. If it's us, you got to do it. Just rinse and repeat. If it's anybody else and they tell you to do it a certain way, do it. And if it works, then hey, you got it. Rinse and repeat. If you want to build a better mouse trap, then do more deals and figure that out down the road, right? That's common sense. Anyways, you can scan that QR code. That's just a webinar. It's all about the Creative Real Estate Investing Domination Live Networking Meetup. We segued from that into kind of doing this right here. Where's it at? Where did it go? Oh, is it right there? There it is. Segued into this, which is doing that, where you're invited for a live hot seat, bring a deal, leave with capital, structure, clarity today, right? As we keep pushing this, I want to get more people on here. I want to get people on here so they can share their deals. So don't be afraid. No one's going to steal your deal or anything like that. Heck, you don't even give us the address. Just give us the scenario. Give us some numbers. We'll plug them into the deal automator and the sub-2 fix and flip automator, see what numbers pop out, and boom, let's rock. And if you need money, we got to look at that and see if we can plug in some hard money, private money. What's it going to be? What exactly is that deal going to need? And what are the extra strategies so you can leave with some, like it says here, some clarity, right? And either you leave with some clarity, you go do the deal, or you do the deal with us, or you find some peeps that are going to help you, or we point you in the right direction. Very simple. But you can scan that QR code right over there. There it is, blank. For the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. We're already into it here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I do appreciate you. At midnight, now it's probably midnight somewhere in the world, I guarantee it, but at midnight, this is going to change from $147 to $147, $147 for and then it's going to move to the next 50 peeps, and it's going to go to $19.97. And then once we hit those 50 people, and then it's going to go to regular price, okay? So take advantage of it while you can. There's this QR code right there, boink. Take advantage of it. Jump on that. I'm going to go ahead and put my mug up here. So you can scan that QR code right there and take advantage of that. You see it. You can go forward, backwards when you see these lives. Definitely like, love, and share it. Appreciate it. If you want to get on the Amp Live Real Estate Show, we'd love to have you, by the way. I know this is like totally not what we're talking about, but I'm going to put this up here as well. For the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investor, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. But definitely take advantage of it while you can. Get on board right now and become a founding member. After that, it goes to $19.97 to become a charter member. And then from there, it's after 50, then it's going to go to the regular rock and roll Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator student. All right. Unless you become a mentee. Is there a difference? Some people, I think I got into arguing about that. No, a student is this. No, we call them this. We call them that. And so look, as a mentee, that's one-on-one mentoring. Student, that's coaching, group coaching, and that's how that works. As far as I'm concerned, that's my terminology. Like I said, you say potato, I say potato. You say student, I say mentee, and it's based off of mentee because it's one-on-one mentoring, right? We're going to work with you. We're going to be on the phone with you, all that crazy stuff. Student is a student like this, the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. It's group coaching, but we're doing a hybrid of that, especially for the first 50, first 100, so 50. And then 50, they're going to get that love. Or we're gonna over deliver because obviously we want testimonials. We want to be doing deals with you, right? We want to bring all that stuff to the table. So you go, man, I love these guys and gals here at AHA and Amp Live and VIPexecs. It's beautiful, and they're helping me move forward in my business and making my dreams come true and legacy and help me build. I appreciate it. I want to give back, right? So then, hey. It's a way to get into our one-on-one mentoring program, and that's the segue into it, or maybe dropping your license, or maybe doing some business with us, maybe whatever it may be, because we're not going anywhere. It's all about networking, right? Networking is your net worth, and that's the beauty of what we do. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. I'm going to go ahead and put my mug up here and close it out because I like to see your eyes. Can I see your eyes? Yeah. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. All right. So without further ado, rock and roll and all that you do. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. Brought to you by Amplive Media, media broadcasting and marketing company. Sponsored by VIPexecs Realty, Lending, and Investment. Step into excellence and luxury properties. We'd love to be working with you. If not, that's okay too. We're not going anywhere. We're here to, I love educating and sharing, and hopefully you got some value from this. Hopefully you'll get some value and continue to like and share. Tomorrow is Friday, so for Friday highlights, I'll be back for the pulse of real estate. There'll be some public service announcements and a few other things. Let you know what's transpiring with the Amplive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. You're going, well, yes, cool. Does it matter? Well, I'm going to share it with you anyways, right? And a bunch of other stuff in regards to creative real estate investing and traditional real estate as we segue into Saturday, which would be a sales and field day, and then into Sunday for Sunday rants and raves, and then Monday for Mindset Money Monday to get you fired up and get you rolling, because sometimes those weekends, you know, hey, they're cool and sometimes they're not, and you need a little kick in the butt on Monday. We'd love to have you. All right. Anyways, we'll go from there. So like I mentioned before, without further ado, rock and roll and all what you do. Definitely take advantage of the Amplive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator while you can. Click the link, scan it. We're going to onboard you. We're going to share that love with you. It's full-on coaching with some hybrid of mentoring, or I should say mentoring, because we want to make sure that you're going to be successful at this, right? So definitely rock and roll. We'll touch bases with you later. I know it's late. It's probably, like I said, past midnight somewhere in the world, and it's getting late over here too. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.